Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today we're going to visit Chameleon Antenna in Sparks, Nevada. Sparks and Reno are two cities. Between the two of them, they fill up a little valley, and quite a few people around there. Sparks is the eastern half, and Reno is on the western half. Chameleon, the last time I profiled them, were in a different location, not very far from this one right here. This is the current location, Chameleon Antenna. It's in Sparks. You can see me right there taking this picture. Okay, and this is what it looks like, a little bit bigger. It's in a nice little business park. They have this side and this side. So they've grown quite a bit. About double the size they were when I last saw them. I was invited by Don Sherman, W7SSB, one of the people there. He is showing me their lab where this is their brand new product, the Chameleon Receive Only Loop Antenna, or RXL. And this is it right here. These other loops are from other companies, and they're doing a little competitive shopping in here. Now I'm just going to give you kind of a very quick tour through the facility. Some of the different things that they use. These are for tripods right here. You recognize these from Chameleon's sale of the portable antenna that you can take out into the field. They even have little army green colored packs for it. By the way, they have been doing some business with the military, and the military is quite impressed with their antennas. Just to show you some of the components, you'll recognize these right here from different projects that they have. This is their portable antenna. Here's some of the wires. The wire assemblies are made for them. Some by vendors and some they make themselves. Here's a universal guy system. It's got guy ropes and things like that with the snap-ons already there. These are loops for the receive loop antenna. They did their initial experiments with the Navy, and so this is supposed to be kind of battleship gray. They are powder coated, and so you get a pretty non-reflective surface, which helps in homeowner association situations. Here are some more parts. You'll recognize these as just little aluminum electric boxes of various sizes. Here's some antennas for VHF, UHF. More of the boxes, more of the kinds of things that they build. These are loading coils and stuff like that. And here you see extendable antennas for some of their products. Right here is a couple pallets of new stuff coming in. They have had the same supply chain problems that everybody has been having. Here's wire to be made into the future pieces that go into the portable kits. Here's a little test lab that they have. Here's a stack up of, this is for the CHA Skyloop 2.0. And so they actually build these on site. They take the boxes, drill the holes, and put the stuff in that they need. Here is my wife looking on as one of the employees there is building a few things. He's got all the spare parts and stuff that he needs. More things in there with parts so that they can put these things together. Like any commercial operation, it takes a lot of vendor cooperation and so on. It's a big job. Here's some tent stakes, little tent stakes, and so on. I don't know what TDL stands for, but Must be part of one of their products. These are machined products that I think they vend out. Here are little, these are coax barrel connectors. And look at the amount of them. Boy, I'd like to grab a handful of those for my own shack. I'm forever running low on them, but they allow you to connect two pieces of coax together. Here's an example of a guy who's actually taking one of these electrical boxes and is soldering components inside of it. Not very much of a, not a simple operation that he's got to do there. I took a peek inside what he was doing, and this is what I saw. These are ballons and so on that are put inside of these things that you can use for one of their products. Here's another one of their workers putting together parts and pieces and loading them up in these little tubes for protection. You can see the pieces that they're doing right there. These are for extending a little bit of a support for one of the antennas. Here's Don making sure that I'm actually taking pictures. These are rings that go with, these are, as I recall, these are the feed rings for their F-loop magnetic mount. More parts and more parts, all precision machined, all put in an egg carton type thing. Here is one of their numerical controlled devices that's actually making some parts that they use. So they do a combination of getting parts and making parts. This particular truck was a very happy sight for them because these are some aluminum poles and things like that that they badly needed. Like I said, they've got supply chain problems like everybody else, but these really helped ease their supply chain. Here's the entire Chameleon antenna factory, if you will. These are the people who are actually putting things together. More parts, and you can recognize some of these from the different antenna products. These are little, I think these are little coils that they put these things through, and they've got all the parts that they need laid out. Just another view of the factory here. There's a little test lab that they have. This is the first guy in the factory that we saw earlier. Putting stuff together, just working nonstop getting this together. This is the back room where they have parts and the other stuff that came in. All of these are parts that they need. Here's a shipping area where they can ship these things out. That is the biggest roll of bubble wrap I've ever seen. And there you have it. Tour of Chameleon antenna, and as you can tell, they're quite busy. They've got a lot going on. They're selling not only to the amateur radio community, but also to the military who really likes their products. There's a report on their homepage by a guy from the Navy about some of the experiences that they had there. So if you would like, you can click like and subscribe. If you would like to support this channel, go to www.dcastler.com/support and pick a way that fits you and works for you. Until we next meet, 73.